Here we have another case where a New Mexico teenager claims she did not know she was pregnant. Today, we are going to talk about Alexee Trevizo. Let's get into it. On January 27, 2023, Alexee Trevizo's mother brought her to Anesthesia General Hospital due to Alexee was having extreme back pain. Lab test shows that she is pregnant. When Alexee is asked about the pregnancy by someone from the hospital staff, she quickly denied it and stated that she had been having her periods regularly and that she was not sexually active. Around 1:30 a.m., Alexee is seen rushing down the hallway to the bathroom. A minute after, her mother goes to check on her, and again a couple more minutes later. It is not sure what Alexee told her. Another 5 to 7 minutes goes by when someone from the nursing staff attempts to also check on her. Alexee responds that she was okay and that she was having a hard time using the bathroom. Meanwhile, the nurse reports that she heard her consistently flushing the toilet, the consistent use of the paper towel dispenser, and the water running. When Alexee was told that she needed to come out or they will unlock the door with the key, she finally unlocks and opens the door. She is in the bathroom for a total of about 30 minutes before she is forced to open the door. When Alexee exits the bathroom, the nurse notices blood on the floor, and when she is questioned if she is okay, she responds that she is on her period. Once the staff seen the amount of blood in the bathroom, they assumed that she either tried to hurt herself or she was having a miscarriage. Staff immediately started checking on her and caring for her needs. Meanwhile, Dia Lewis in housekeeping is called to clean the bathroom. Lewis didn't find anything in the toilet or on the top of the trash. However, around 40 minutes after she began cleaning the bathroom, she goes to remove the trash and noticed that it seemed a little heavy than usual. While looking through the bag, she finds a baby tied up in another bag that was placed at the bottom of the trash can. She immediately gets help. When a nurse opens the bag to retrieve the infant, they learn that he is already cold, blue, and no signs of life. Hospital staff immediately contacts law enforcement due to the circumstances of the infant being found in the trash can. Now, what is known about Alexee Trevizo? Alexee Trevizo was classified by her classmates as a master manipulator. Friendly only when she wanted something, and carried an attitude that she was better than anyone else. She lived at home with her mother, sister, and stepfather, and she was currently in her senior year of high school. She was known to be smart and a part of the Artesia High School cheer team and choir. Although talk started circling around school in November last year, at this time she would have been about 7 months pregnant. Alexee still denied being pregnant and blamed her weight gain on birth control pills. However, she had shared with a small group of close friends that she was expecting and that she planned to name the baby Alex. But when she is questioned by her cheer coach if she is pregnant, she responds with the same excuse that she was gaining weight because of her birth control pills. Around 3 weeks before she gives birth, Alexee is seen cheering at a high school game and looking extremely pregnant. How does Alexee and her mother not know that she is pregnant? Classmates could even recall that she had been wearing baggy clothes when in the previous school years she didn't. Alexee had been in a relationship with Devin Ferrero for almost 3 years. He has admitted that he was the father of the baby, but has not said anything about whether he knew if Alexee was pregnant or not. Information showed that Devin did not have any connection with the death of the infant. When police arrived at the hospital, they are briefed by the hospital staff on what's going on. One of the nursing staff also explained to law enforcement that they will need to transfer Alexee to another hospital because she had not passed the placenta and the circumstances of how she delivered the infant. When the nurse entered the room with law enforcement, she informed Alexee and her mother that they had found a dead infant in the bathroom, and because of the terms of the delivery of the infant, and it looked as if she tried to hide it, they were required to get law enforcement involved. Trevizo's mother immediately begins to panic and fusses at Alexee. Alexee immediately said, "I'm sorry, it came out of me and I didn't know what to do. I was scared and it was not crying or nothing." Meanwhile, her mother is shocked to learn that her daughter had went through great lengths to hide her pregnancy. Law enforcement also informs them that she was now detained but not under arrest, and an officer will always remain in the room. Alexee is reminded that she is 19 and that her mother's consent is not required to transfer her to another facility. However, Alexee agrees to go. Now, take note, abortion is legal in New Mexico throughout your entire pregnancy, and this hospital is a drop-off facility. She could have alerted the staff and just maybe told them that she didn't want her mother to know and that she didn't want the baby, and there would have been no questions asked. In her interview with detectives, Dia Lewis in housekeeping said that she first began cleaning and mopping the floor, and she had to wipe down the bathroom walls, toilets, and surfaces. She described the bathroom as being gory, bloody, and a mascara mess. And it had to be cleaned twice before she was able to completely clean all the blood. Among all the interviews, the one that sticks out to me the most is the one from a nursing assistant that told detectives that it looked like Alexee had ripped the umbilical cord like an animal. This brings the question, how did she separate the umbilical cord? I say separate because there is no way that she cut it. However, during interviews with detectives, nursing staff felt that either she chewed or ripped it. Alexee is released from the hospital to return home pending the autopsy report. Records show that police attempt to speak with Alexee 4 days after she had given birth, and another attempt on April 26 while she was leaving school, but she refused to speak with them. Police records show that baby Alex was cremated and that his remains were in the possession of Alexee Trevizo. On April 22, 2013, 12 weeks after she gave birth in the bathroom at the hospital and placed her baby in the trash, Alexee and her boyfriend made an appearance at their senior prom as if nothing had never happened. It is shown that Alexee arrived at the prom in a tan mini dress and white sneakers, holding her boyfriend's arm with big smiles. Everyone knew what the couple was hiding as they walked the red carpet rolled out for seniors and acted as if they didn't have any care in the world. May 10, 2023, Alexee is finally arrested. When police arrived at her home, of course, they are greeted by her mother, who was demanding and seeing the warrant and wanting to know why there was a warrant out for her daughter's arrest. She is informed by the officers, that were very nice, by the way, that Alexee was 19 and that they needed to speak with her. She is still insisting that the officers inform her of what is going on. She steps inside briefly to speak with her lawyer. Officers are questioning if she should be charged with obstruction of justice, but agrees that it was not necessary, even though at this moment they had every right to do so. When Alexee's mother returns from talking with the lawyer, her attitude and tone is different, and she is now requesting law enforcement to not be rough with Alexee and to not handcuff her. Officers agreed that they would wait to handcuff her at the car. Alexee finally comes to the door and officers explain to her what is happening. Prior to this visit, on March 28, 2023, Artesia Police Department detectives had presented information concerning the case to the 5th Judicial District's Attorney's Office. Alexee was then charged with first-degree murder or alternately intentional abuse of a child resulting in death, plus 1 count of tampering with evidence. The presentation stated that she did John Doe, a human being, without lawful justification or excuse. The complaint said allegedly that Alexee did knowingly, intentionally, or negligently, and without justifiable cause or permit John Doe, a child, to be placed in a situation that endangered or might have endangered John Doe's life or health, and the abuse resulted in the death of John Doe. The defendant did also destroy, change, hide, place, or fabricate physical evidence, to wit, John Doe, with the intent to prevent the apprehension, persecution, or conviction, the complaint added. She is taken to Eddy County Jail where she is booked. Bond was set at $100,000 and Alexee was released on May 16th with the following conditions. She is required to follow a 7 a.m., 7 p.m. curfew. She would not be required to wear a house arrest bracelet or GPS ankle bracelet. No drug usage or possession of any firearms. And no contact with anyone who can be defined as personal relationship. She was also allowed to graduate or attend graduation, but she was requested by the high school to not attend the ceremony. So I'm assuming that they mailed her diploma or allowed her to come at some point to pick it up. Alexee is represented by Gary Mitchell, who told news outlets that he had a serious issue with how his client was treated and that his client was being charged with first-degree murder. There's more to the story, however, Mitchell told KRQE News. I think it's pretty outrageous, actually, Mitchell said. She's in great distress because she's in jail and has never been there before and didn't do anything to deserve being there. I don't care what the state of New Mexico may allege. Mitchell also had problems with the hospital. She's at the only facility where she can get help, and then this happens, Mitchell says. I have serious problems with that. I have serious problems with the hospital care. I have serious problems with the records we're not getting out of this hospital because I don't necessarily think it's correct and honest. Mitchell also questioned the medication Alexee was given while at the hospital. They did some lab work, but they gave medication before and gave it anyway, and that's the powerful painkillers, he said. Mitchell also said Alexee is a good student who is active in cheer and choir with no history of trouble. He said Alexee plans to attend New Mexico State University. Alexee's trial is set for September 11th, and the hearing is scheduled for October the 2nd, 2023. I am curious to see how this case is going to go. This is the second case that I've covered where a teenager from New Mexico, actually the same age, discarded her baby and stated or claimed that she didn't know she was pregnant. But she actually discarded her baby in a trash dumpster behind a department store. And that teenager was given 18 years. So I'm very interested to see how this trial is going to go. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you for sticking around. Please be sure to be kind to yourself as well as others. Bye-bye.